Coming up in this week's episode, Mr. Bean drives his car into a pet shop, Johnny Bravo straightens his hair, and we find out how many cans of Coke kill you all in this week's episode of...
Help! I suck at the podcast!
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Help! I Suck at the podcast. Fraser has sadly stolen my 24 cans of Coke.
Nah, not sadly, very happily stolen your cans of Coke, to be honest.
No.
Yep, I'm pretty happy about it.
I am making a very essential trip to come to your house and take them back.
Well, I am very also essentially down in these cans as we speak right now, so good luck getting them all back.
Well, I hope you're looking forward to death because, to be honest, you won't die from that.
Why? How many cans of Coke does it take for you to die?
I want to say 354, but I feel like I've forgotten exactly what that number was by this point.
How about we ask our special guest, Sophie?
Oh. No,
Hi,
that's Johnny
everybody.
Bravo.
Oh, this is Johnny Bravo. I'm
I
so
don't
sorry,
know who
Johnny.
that is.
You don't know who Johnny Bravo
Wait, is that the cartoon guy?
Yeah!
Okay, that Johnny Bravo. Okay, I do know who that
big
is.
hair.
I do know who that is.
This guy.
It's you.
Okay, that is me. That is me.
That is you.
Yeah. You're Johnny Bravo. How's it going? Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be
welcome.
here.
So we're desperate to know because Kai's forgotten. How many cans of Coke does it take for you to die?
That sounded about right. 350 sounded about right.
Shall I search it again?
I think
No.
we should maybe... No, why would we fact check? We don't need facts.
Well, you know.
We're all
It's
about fake
354.
news.
Yeah,
Did I
we
say
don't need
354?
facts.
Yeah, you got it spot on.
No, there you go. It's easy. Having practice.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. So, Kai, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm doing good as well. And Johnny Bravo... So this isn't actually Johnny Bravo, as you know. This
What?
is Sophie Texas!
Hi, I'm sorry that I'm not Johnny Bravo. I know that you're all very disappointed.
It's okay.
I'm Sophie Texas. That is my name. That is what I go by.
Sophie Texas. Does that mean you're from Texas?
Unfortunately, yes, it does mean that.
Aw. Why unfortunately?
Well, Texas is kind of just a mess constantly. Everything is a
Fair
mess, but you know what? It's where I'm from. It's where I was born. It's where I currently reside. So, I mean, we'll just milk it for all it's worth. It's actually a nice moniker to have because it's pretty fast.
And it's one of the biggest states, isn't it? It's if not the biggest, I don't know.
It is the biggest contiguous state, so the one that is connected to all of the United States. Alaska is the biggest state, but it's not connected to the rest of the United States.
I see.
Hasn't Alaska got like a little funny bit? Am I right with that?
That's the one in the top left, Kai.
Yeah, but like, I'm sure it's got like a little funny bit as well.
What do you mean the funny bit?
The funny
It's
bit?
got like a little funny bit, hasn't it?
What, like where you tickle its armpit and then it starts laughing?
No. It's got like a little funny bit.
What do you mean? Please do elaborate.
I've spelled Alaska wrong. I put Aslaska.
Yeah,
hold
that's
on.
not right.
Let me find it. Map.
Yeah, just watch Kai Google now. Alaska funny bit. Your search history is going to be awful. Do you know what, Kai? You do that whilst I talk to Sophie because we're normal people.
It hasn't got a funny bit.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up.
I don't know what that means.
Anyway, Sophie. Obviously, we know who you are. Obviously, our mutual followers all know who you are. But for those of you listening who might not know Sophie, please could you explain to them, who are you? What do you do?
Well, I'm a Twitch streamer. That is my primary line of work. I stream every other day on Twitch, and I make a lot of Minecraft, occasional cosplay content, just whatever I feel like in that moment. And I'm pretty well known for my Twitter account. It's pretty dope if I do say so myself.
I can vouch that.
Yes, exactly. I've curated quite a wonderful collection of cursed and blessed and blessed images and words that I tweet out, and sometimes people like them, sometimes they would rather not see them, but I do not care. I enjoy it.
That's the good mood to have.
I mean, I really enjoy like making people go, like just like making them groan and like making them, I don't know, it's not uncomfortable, but just be like, what the fuck is that? Oh wait, can I swear? Can I say bad words?
Oh, of course you can.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Don't you mean, thank fuck?
Thank fucking God.
There we go. We're all good here. Now we've broken that ice, we can just swear left, right, and centre. Although some people might be like, oh my God, I've never heard that swear word before. Let's hope that's not the case.
You know what? Back onto Alaska.
Oh my God.
No, I want to talk about Alaska.
I've zoomed into a place called Skagway.
Skagway?
You know what?
Skagway.
Is that in Canada or Alaska? I feel like it could be either or.
It's just on the border of Canada.
Those Canadians.
So,
they just got the funkiest
Skagway.
little names.
Is it like
Skagway?
Subway, but instead of getting subs, you get skags?
Oh no.
I can tell you it's near Mosquito Lake, which doesn't sound the best idea.
That sounds like the worst vacation ever.
I would hate to go there.
Hello family, today we're going to Mosquito Lake.
And you will just come back with like completely
Just
swollen everything from
bitten.
mosquito bites.
Yeah, just take your grandma, see how she likes it.
Oh no! I think we need to all go on a vacation to
Little road
Mosquito
trip.
Lake now.
Yeah,
As soon as
Disney-
coronavirus is gone.
No.
Yeah, sorry Disney.
Well, I mean, Florida kind of is just Mosquito Lake, just an
Is it?
entire... It is. It is so...
I don't think we had that problem when we were there.
Really? Because when I was in Orlando, it was so humid, and I was just like, what? Why? Why is the air thick?
It was so
To be
humid,
fair,
to be fair.
the air is thicker.
It's just full of water, and I don't understand it. I just do not.
You should see the ocean.
I don't even want to look at the ocean. Is it full of water? I'm gonna be so mad if it's full of water.
Oh, you know what? It might be.
Oh
Sorry to
my
break the bad
God.
news.
Are you kidding me? Not again.
For fuck's sake. What? So, how did we get onto that? We come from Alaska.
He just
to
really wants to talk about Alaska, okay?
It's got its funny bit.
I don't even know what that means, Kai. You keep saying this and you will
Right.
not explain.
We're gonna move on from this because Kai,
And we're going to
shut
talk
up.
about
No, we're gonna keep talking to Sophie because
Yeah.
we've had more conversation
Have you ever been
about
to Alaska?
No,
I've never been to Alaska. No, I have not.
Oh, it sounds like, it's got Mosquito Lake.
No,
shut up.
that just sounds like a bad vacation.
Take our grandma.
Just keep circling around. This is like the fifth layer of hell. It's just circling around in this conversation.
Oh.
Fraser, I hate to admit it, but you're actually in hell, and this is your punishment.
No, for fuck's sake. Is this what it's like to a new person visiting your Twitter account? Like, you know how you said you want people to go, what the fuck is this
I
experience?
want people to get the full like hell experience. I'm like Dante's Inferno if Dante was a tiny little Jewish lady.
Oh. Anyway, leaving Alaska and all of that behind, you mentioned you're predominantly a Twitch streamer. That is what you do for
Yes,
your income.
this is.
How did you initially get into Twitch?
Well, I started just like watching a friend that had started going live, and then I was just kind of interested in it because it seemed like something that was an entertainment form I could really be good at, but
Yeah.
also like
Mhm.
have a lot of fun with. And I just needed something to do, honestly.
Mhm.
And so I started doing it and realized I was actually pretty good at it, and just have kept going with it and trying to get to know other streamers and collaborating with other streamers, but also like trying to build up my own community, which is very mean to me, but I love them anyway.
It's a love-hate relationship.
I love them and they hate me. It's wonderful. But Yeah, no, I just honestly needed something to do and started doing it, realized how much I loved it, and here we are. Here we are.
How
Here
long
we
have you been
are.
doing it for?
Ooh, I started in 2019. So I started at the end of 2019. I've been doing this for about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've grown pretty big in the seeing that it's been a year and a half.
Oh, for sure. That's a really good growth rate.
Yeah, it's been really, really nice. You know, it's a lot of it is luck and like me knowing people, but it's just been really fun mostly. And that's the main reason I continue to do it is because every time I do it, I have fun.
That's
And
the
biggest
mindset you
thing
need
is
to have
that.
with this.
Yeah, exactly. If you start doing it and you're not having fun, and it's not just like a bad stream, you're just like straight up, you're like, I'm doing everything I can do and I'm just not having fun. It's just not for you. And I have never felt that way where it's just like, I'll have a stream that's maybe more of a flop, but I'm still having fun doing it. Therefore, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Oh, nice. That's great.
That's the best
Yeah.
mindset to have when doing it.
That's
I
literally what I
believe
just said,
so.
Kai. That's
No.
literally what I just said.
No, Fraser. No.
No, Fraser,
No, I didn't
said
say
it
it.
first.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. But
Yeah.
that's literally the best mindset to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
this fucking episode, man.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
When would you say you had your first big break?
So I started doing mostly Minecraft content, and I had a friend who was starting this big SMP, kind of following SMP Live, and I got invited onto that, and it was SMP Earth, and I got to be on that, and that was kind of like the thing that pushed me to get to know a bunch of people. I got to meet a lot of really cool people on there, got to kind of make start the basis of like where my content was going to start going. And it was just an amazing experience. And I'm really grateful that I had that experience. It was really, really fun. I think that's probably where I started to talk to like Kai and that kind of stuff, is because I was on that and then I got to meet more people. It was really
I'm trying to remember how our first conversation started.
it might have been in a Discord server, but I
remember following you on Twitter at one point, but that's like as far back as my mind goes right now.
I feel I definitely would have sent like your little follower notification to my friends and been like, look at this. Look who follow me. Like it doesn't matter. I'll still do it where I'm like, look at this. Another fool in my trap. They're gonna see horrible tweets now.
This is your ultimate goal, isn't it? It isn't to establish yourself on the platforms. It's to start like a cult following, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. You know, I don't like to phrase it like that because that gets into legal issues, but yes.
Course,
absolutely.
Of course, my bad. For legal disclaimer purposes, when I described cult following just then, I was comparing it to that, but it isn't actually a cult, okay? Just so the
wink.
You know, the yes, we'll leave it at that. The wink. Please, lawyers, don't sue me.
You know what? It's pretty mad. I very briefly spoke to Fraser about this yesterday. About I sent him a message yesterday. He replied this morning. Because obviously you and me, Sophie, were in the SBI Rust thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out both me and Fraser have known someone in there for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And I only just found this out yesterday.
Holy, really? I didn't.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it's a very small world sort of thing of how you meet someone, never speak to them for 5 years, come back to them.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've had people who have like contacted me that I had a follower who I was her Sunday school teacher when I was in high school.
Oh wow.
Who was like, I follow like she's like, I follow S Major and all these guys, and I heard you on a stream and was like, that voice is familiar, and then saw my name and was like, is that her? And it was me.
Oh wow, that's mad.
It was really funny.
That's
And, like,
so crazy.
it was kind of one of those moments where you're like, oh, that's weird, but also very cool, but very weird.
It is really weird when like that happens because you're like, huh? And
Yeah,
that's like the
it's
best
just
way I can
parts of your
explain it.
parts of your life coming together that you didn't really think about coming together. And when it does, it's both beautiful and just very weird and just like kind of
Sure.
surreal almost.
Oh, for sure. I've got a friend in real life who I've known for about.
You've
I wanna
got a
say-
friend in real life, Kai?
I know,
don't
isn't that
brag.
mad?
No! How did you get that?
Bragging.
Well, I've known them for a year and a half, right? And they used to live in Dubai, because their parents went to school there. And then, little did I know, I posted a picture of me, Fraser, Thomas, Aidan, and Elodie in London when we were having some food.
Mhm.
And I got a DM from my friend saying, "Hold on, is that Elodie? How do you know Elodie? They went to school together in Dubai."
Aw,
No
that's
way.
so
That's like a world colliding moment there as well.
That's amazing. I love that.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
so
those
weird,
kinds
but
of
it's so
connections
cool.
are very cool.
I don't think I've
Um,
had anything like that. I'm just trying to think.
Oh, sucks for you.
Has there been any strange crossover? Oh, actually,
Go on.
yes. I actually do have something very similar to Worlds Colliding Online. So this was actually ages and ages ago. And we're talking back in the days when Habbo was popular amongst teenagers. So I used to play Habbo Hotel. And as part of being on Habbo Hotel, for those of you that obviously played it, you would know this, there were radio stations and they were doing things like furniture giveaways and coin giveaways and that sort of stuff. And if you stood in like an hour-long queue on their room and listened to this radio station, they will eventually give you one singular piece of furniture. And I was sad enough to do that. Whilst I was listening to the radio station, I realised that the presenter's accent was Bristolian, or at least very southwestern to the UK anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, they sound Bristolian. So what you can do is you can send in questions to the DJ. And so I sent in the question, are you from Bristol? And then they went, oh yeah, I actually am from Bristol. How did you know? And I was like, oh my God. So obviously all of these questions are anonymous. So me being naive, 11, 12-year-old me, or maybe younger, honestly can't remember. I then sent an, are you from East Bristol or North Bristol? Or I can't remember what I said, but I said, are you from there? And he's like, so the person that's gone and asked about Bristol again, yes. And I was like, no way. So eventually I said, here's my Habbo name. And he sent me a message. And we realized that we actually have mutual friends. One of them was literally quite a close friend from secondary school.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, do you know this person? I was like, oh my God, yes, I literally go to school with him daily. And obviously you got to be very, very careful of this because you could easily be adding a random 50-year-old bloke. But no, I knew he was younger as well because he sounded like that. And yeah, we both ended up talking, became friends over this fact that we both knew one guy.
I was so waiting for you to say something like it was your brother.
Can you imagine that? I just find a long-lost brother. We became so close that we decided to do a DNA test. Turns out we're extremely related.
Oh no.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be
So
absolutely
it's not
fall in
really a
love.
good example for internet safety, so please don't go out your way and tell people where you live. But in that case,
Yeah,
it
but it's-
was literally spot on. He literally lived like 20 minutes away from me,
Damn.
that's so cool.
which is
But also,
unbelievable.
kids don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That really was unsafe. And if I could tell myself to not do that, I probably would tell myself to not do that. But yeah, that's the only weird experience I've had with worlds colliding in some way.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been happening a little bit more as I've kind of gained more of a following online with just like hearing people like know the people I'm streaming with and being like, I've been a fan of them since I was 12, and it's very cool to experience.
Yeah, stuff like that is mental. I remember my ex's brother um randomly came up to them one day and said, "Why is Kai in this guy's video?" And I was like, obviously I was in one of Jack's videos. And that was a bit of a worldwide thing because I think that was like early Jack days, which is pretty mental.
Yeah, I think one of the weirdest moments was when I first met Captain Sparkle on SMP Earth, and we were in a stream together, and I was like, I remember when Fallen Kingdom came out, and I'm just like trying to compose myself and just like being like, yeah, he's just a person, and like obviously yes, they're just people, but you're still just kind of like, oh my god. Oh my god.
I remember we were playing when we played Among Us. I think you were there, Sophie. And
Yeah.
Cara joined, and then she randomly said, "Do you mind if I add one of my friends?" And we were like, "Yeah, that's fine." And she just randomly added Captain Sparkles, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah. I remember the next day I streamed, and I was like, it's still every single time. I'm just like, that is Captain Sparkles. Like,
and you have to
obviously,
play
yeah.
it cool. You have to play it cool and kind of like contain your younger self's fangirling.
Yeah. And obviously, like, you realize, like, these people are just people, and, like, that's cool. But there's always going to be a moment where you're just like, yeah, no, that is that person that I knew when I was
100%.
young.
Yeah.
And it's, like, a really amazing experience.
So mad.
Kai.
Hello.
I know this isn't related in any way, shape, or form, but I've been dying to try and fit in this story about you and this random guy from a welding company, and I've been trying to find some smooth segue throughout this whole conversation, and it doesn't really tie in, but I really, really, really want you to explain, because we're kind of like on a bit of a cliffhanger as well right now. We've asked you to do something, you've gone and done it, and we're waiting to see what's come back. So you've had a bit of a weird experience this week with a random phone number.
Yeah, so yesterday I got this random phone call coming through about once every 2 minutes or so, and he wouldn't stop calling for about 10 minutes. And then finally, like, he left a voicemail, and he said something like, "Hello, Adam, can you give me a call back when you can, please?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not Adam," so I just kind of ignored it. And then about 5 minutes later, he called about 3 times again in a row. And I was like, oh my God, just send a text. And then he finally sent me a text. And he, let me read you the conversation. So right at the top, it says, "Hi, Adam, will you give me a call when you see this, please?" And I was like, I'm not Adam, but I'll talk to this man. "Hello, who is this? I'm not Adam. Sorry, mate, I'm a contractor for beep, 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 beep. Been given this number for a local job. I'm not sure if I've been given the wrong one. Do you know anything about a welding job for a garage refurb?" And I said, "Not a clue, I'm afraid. I think you've been given the wrong number, unfortunately."
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I heard you and your dad talking about a welding job for your garage at some point.
You know what? Probably needs it. The door doesn't shut properly.
Ah, see, this guy's perfect for the job then.
He is. I need to find out.
Soulmate connection.
But then he said, "No problem. Sorry, mate. I'll take your number off the system. Have a good day." And I was like, "No worries. Have a good day to yourself too. Just being nice, returning it." And he was like, "And if you ever need a welding job, give us a shout."
Oh my
God.
God.
"Yeah, will do. Let me know if you manage to find Adam." And he was like, "Just send him an email. Hopefully that gets to him." And then I left it. About 2 hours later, he texts me back, "Hi, mate, just sending a message to let you know everything's sorted now. I'm sorry again for this mess up." And I was like, "Hello, no worries. Oh, sounds like you managed to get hold of Adam. Glad it finally worked out. It's been a proper funny conversation with you." And he was like, "No worries at all. Thank you for being so understanding." So I was like, "Yeah, of course, of course." And then about 4 minutes later, he randomly called me again. He sent me a text saying, "Sorry, think I just arse-dialed you by accident. Actually, bye now." And I said, "Have a lovely night." And this evening, I have messaged him saying, "Hello, mate, what's your name?" So I can add you to my phone contacts. And I have got a reply.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my God.
Dun,
Oh my God.
dun, dun. Boom.
He has said, "It's Bill, mate. What's yours?"
Bill! Let's go, Bill!
Come on, Bill.
His name is Bill.
He is now in my phone as Bill the Welder.
Bill the welder!
Bill the welder.
Can he weld it?
Absolutely. He can do anything he sets his mind to.
So that is the story of me and Bill the Welder. He
So
managed
have
to
you told
find
him your
Adam.
name now?
I have. I said my name's Kai.
Oh my god.
He is writing right now, so I can give you a live
Oh my god, oh my god,
this
oh my
is
god, oh my god.
tense. I'm looking forward to this. You need to invite him to the pub or something after.
No, I need
after
to invite him to
lockdown.
this.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Oh my god! Can we get Bill the Welder on the podcast?
Please, you have
Please,
to.
please, can we get Bill the Welder on the podcast?
Oh, I'll ask him.
Ask him about his welding.
He sent a message. "Hi Kai, if you ever need any info about welding, let me know."
Ah, he's being
Sign.
professional.
Oh,
And then you should be like,
Welder.
"Hi Bill, if you ever want to come on the podcast, let me know." We need to get Bill on. Please invite him.
Legend.
Hashtag
I did
get
think about
Bill
giving him a
on.
different name, or like I thought of saying like I was someone else. Just
No,
you know, I have had the
no.
odd viewer message my phone before when I accidentally leaked my number once.
Oh yeah.
How?
I made a Fiverr account on stream, and my Steam
Mm.
collections are my numpad, and I always type my phone
Uh-huh.
number and stuff on there. So I started writing it 07, and then my next one, I'm happy to say my third number because no one's going to get my full number from that, is 1, which brings you
Mhm.
back to the screen, and yeah,
Oh no!
turns out it just showed my full phone number.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's not
And then
dangerous
I
at all.
think I had 3 people phone me or something like that. Obviously, probably like 2 or 3 people saved the number too.
And that's
But-
how Kai's
Yeah.
in my phone contacts.
That's
Oh my god, we love to see it.
how
Have
Sophie got my
you ever
number
leaked
too.
anything, Sophie?
I have leaked my full name before, and
Uh-huh.
Good start. Are you
haven't.
saying your last name's not Texas?
I know people are shocked. It is not. Texas is just
Is it
my
Sophie
username.
Alaska?
Yeah, actually, it is. It actually is. I'm so sorry, everybody, for lying to you.
Middle name Mosquito Lake.
Exactly. That is my full name.
Oh,
Don't wear it out.
Sorry, we just doxed you.
It's okay. Now, do you want my social security number? I know that has no effect on you, but
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll come in useful sometime, somewhere.
We'll take
Yeah,
your credit card
yeah.
number too.
okay, yeah. I'll be sure to message that to you. But yeah,
Fantastic.
I have just I just said my full name on stream one time, and I don't remember why I said it. What was the context of which I said it? But I just did it, and then I was talking with a person, like I was playing Minecraft, and they were on call with me, and they just went, "Sophie, you just said your full name," and I was like, "Wait, what? Why? Why did I do that?" And I think that was like I had quite a good amount of viewers that night from a raid, and I was like, oh no.
Oh dear.
Thankfully, nothing has really come out of it.
Yeah.
I've deleted like my Facebook account, or I didn't delete my Facebook account. I just don't have it on my phone anymore. So if people have sent me like friend requests from that, I don't know. But
That is the one problem with having your name like out there.
Yeah.
yeah,
People do
yeah.
just send Facebook requests and stuff all the time.
yeah, and you're just kind of like, no, hey, why would you do that?
Yeah, I have. I think I get like at least one a day from some random kid that I don't know.
Oh yeah,
dear.
yeah. But you have the full name just out there.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
There was a time where I used to keep mine private as well. Like for absolutely forever, I wouldn't say what my surname was. And I know I leaked it a couple of times before, but there was one pretty horrible experience, to be honest, where somebody actually went out of their way to try and find out my surname. And there was like a big Discord chat going on my Discord server, And this person just randomly said, "Oh, hey Fraser, I think I know your surname." And I said, "What do you mean you know my surname?" And he said, "I found your Facebook account." And I said, "How did you find my Facebook account?" And he said that he spent literally the best part of an afternoon searching for through all of the Frasers that lived in Bristol. And
That
then
is just
weird,
bizarre.
really, isn't it?
it is
How do
really,
people
really
think
creepy.
That is okay.
And
How
then
do people think that's okay?
like straight away, I shut him down. I said, "That's fucked up. Like that is fucking creepy." And like before that, I said, "Send me a DM with what you think it is," and they sent me my surname. It was correct, but obviously I had to deny it and go, "No, you're wrong," even though they very clearly found the right account with the right profile picture and all of that. But I had to basically say on the call how fucked up that was. They apologized and then eventually left everything. Because I think they realized what they did, but that was creepy as hell for something that you're trying to keep personal. You're trying to not make sure that anybody finds out about it. Obviously now I don't care because bloody Sky News happened. But at that time, oh god, horrible
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I don't think people realize like how upsetting it is when you get that kind of like somebody's just intruding on your personal life like that.
Yeah.
Like for a while I had some like public Instagram posts that were public and it was fine, but they were like of me in high school. And when I got on SMP Earth, people just started like commenting on them and making like and kind of like following people who were tagged in it from when I was in high school. And I had to like private a bunch of pictures because I was just like, this is really creepy and I don't like it.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's just people don't seem to understand like personal boundaries when it comes to content creators because everybody has different ones, but like the basics are you just shouldn't look into somebody's personal life or like venture off into their friends and stuff that aren't public figures.
100%.
It's weird.
It's very much a boundary of, you've got your personal side, then your creator side, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've already I just preemptively have kind of like talked to my Discord server about like, hey, please don't. I know that like I said my full name publicly and like I don't like you're going to send friend requests to me. Like I know that or whatever, but don't like go out of the way to like friend my parents or like my friends.
That is properly screwed up if they're going that far in.
Yeah, it was somebody had joked about it and I just had to be like, no, don't do that. My parents don't need that. They don't need to deal with the weird little Twitch people. They have to deal with me, okay? They have to deal with me already. They don't need more of us.
So I'm not sure if you've seen this, but one of the cool things that has been recently surfacing around the internet is the grand opening of Super Mario Land in Universal Studios Japan. And oh my god, it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I was looking at pictures of it. It's gorgeous.
Have you seen the videos? It
really is. It's
I have
so
not seen the
nice.
videos of it.
Oh, it's like a full Mario Kart, what is it? Augmented reality experience or something like that?
Yeah, so
That's
they've got
amazing.
a ride.
You got these like cool glasses things on with like a Mario hat or something like that.
That's right,
That's amazing. Oh my god.
The ride is called Koopa's Challenge. And as Kai mentioned, you wear a Mario hat as like the initial get on the ride experience. And as you're going through this queue, there's some different moving parts and different things that you can look at, all to do with the Mario game in general. And it's really, really cool. The one thing I noticed though about the line is it looks absolutely gigantic, as in I reckon you could probably easily queue up in that line for about 3 hours, 4 hours, probably is if you were to be standing in the full line.
Though, I don't know what the lines are like in Japan for things.
Oh, no idea. But based on the tour of it, the whole queuing area.
I mean, the queuing tour lasted, 15 minutes of the video?
Yeah, and that was just walking straight through to the queue at the very front.
Yeah.
Wow.
So imagine if that wasn't moving at all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But,
yeah, they're gonna have to figure that one out, but...
But it looks like it's definitely worth the wait. Because when you get to the front, you're given a visor, and that visor is your augmented reality screen. That clips onto your Mario hat that you put on at the very start of the ride. And what happens is you go around this ride, which is as if you were to be driving around on a Mario circuit. And these little images pop up on the visor, which looks like other Mario Kart racers racing around on the racetrack that you're going on. And your job is to pick up the coins, like swerve into the coins to pick them all up, throw your shells and such at everybody else to make sure that you are first. And the ultimate goal is to come out with as many coins as possible. But it looks absolutely incredible. And I really want to go as soon as this pandemic is over.
Oh, me too. I mean, that's an amazing excuse to go to Japan, isn't it, for a week or two?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it seems like that's just the perfect theme park.
Oh, for sure.
Theme is just.
I mean, they've got Disney and stuff there as well.
Yeah. It just feels like video games. Like more video game companies should maybe look into that, because it just seems like you can do so much with that.
Oh, agreed.
Sure. And the merchandise and stuff they can sell on site as well, and whatever else, like they're doing with the Mario thing. They've got I think it's called the One Up Factory.
Yeah, that's right.
From what I can see, it's mainly like hats, gloves, glasses, fake moustaches, and even like a full Mario hoodie and like all the Mario character hoodies. And there's a nice picture here which shows Bowser, like a Bowser hat.
Oh, nice.
Which looks pretty cool. It's got like a walking figure as well, like a walking Mario figure.
Yeah, it just feels like that's an amazing idea for a theme park, is based on video games, because you can include it in rides, you can have games themselves be there and have like an arcade type of thing. It just seems like honestly the perfect theme park.
Spot on. I think the best thing as well is you can even make food based around it.
Definitely.
This one as well. They've got Kinopio's Cafe, which Kinopio is just the word for toad.
Yep.
But they got like custom burgers with that are like toad. They got Mario box ice cream, stuff like that. It's really cool.
Another thing that I really, really, really like about that section of the whole Universal Park is you can buy these little power-up bands, which kind of enhance your experience whilst you go through Super Mario Land, or Super Nintendo World, sorry. And what it does is it's kind of like a Magic Kingdom magic band at Disney. You put it on you, and what you can do is you can link it up to an app that's on your phone. And as you go around the park, there's these little question mark power-up boxes, as you would find in normal Mario. And what you can do is you can interactively go up to them and punch them. And by punching that box, you actually gain a coin, which links to your app. And you can gain keys, which also links to your app. And then at the end of the day, using everything that you've collected, you can then defeat Bowser Jr. via the app from everything that you've punched whilst walking around Super Mario World. Super Nintendo, I keep saying it wrong. Super Nintendo World.
Well, at the moment it is just Mario, isn't it? So you could just say Super Mario World.
Yeah.
That's true,
yeah. It feels like you can definitely expand into Nintendo just with like everything that is Nintendo and just really go into it.
Sure. I think that's their plan. At the moment, they've only got 2 rides going on. They got the Bowser augmented reality one, and the other one's like a Yoshi tour. Obviously, there's not too much to do at the moment, but I guess it's a lot more viewing purposes at this very second. It's a good start. And I mean, they got a whole, future ahead of them to work out what else they want to add. And if it's a Nintendo World, they're definitely going to expand into everything else.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Legoland and like Playmobil, the Playmobil park in Germany. Yeah.
You've been to Germany?
I used to live in Germany.
Did you?
No way! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad was in the army, and we ended up he like had a couple of options and was like, I would like to live in Europe, and that was the only outpost that was available. And so we lived in Germany for a little while, for about 4 years.
Do you know any German?
I'm trying to relearn it. It's pretty easy for me to pick back up, but I would not say I speak German. I know like little words here and there and can kind of pick it up, but not really. I'm trying to relearn it. because I've made a lot of German friends recently, and I'm like, I want to be like, I want to talk to them in German. I feel like that would be cool.
For sure.
Oh, that's mental.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only German word that I can remember, other than things like hello, goodbye, and thank you, is the word for receipt, which is Rechnung, because sometimes I have to go there for work purposes, and as part of traveling on work expenses, you need to pick up all your receipts as you go along, so then you can charge it back to the company. And the first time I went, I had a major issue asking for it, because like sometimes you can ask for the bill and they'll give you it, they'll understand, but for the Germans that you pop into that don't understand English, obviously I feel a bit dumb anyway, not knowing any German, but you kind of feel hopeless, not being able to talk to them and they can't talk to you. So I had to learn that word. So that is the only word that I know other than your generic greetings.
Yeah. Where I lived was kind of in like the Bavarian area, and was like very country. And so a lot of, when I went to Berlin when I was a kid and we were talking to like the Berliners, they were like, your German is like very farmer. And we were like, oh, okay, cool. So a lot of the sayings that I remember most are not used commonly around Germany. They're like in the area that I was living in. So like Grüß Gott, which is like how you greet people, is like good God, but it's like hello. And then the one that like my family and I use the most are when we're like talking about our dogs going to bed. We say geschlafen Hund, which is go to sleep dogs, because I have 4 dogs and they're insane. Oh, and yeah, they're like little things like that I remember, but and like Dankeschön and that kind of stuff, and bitte and tschüss. Those are things I remember, but not like conversationally. I tried to take it in high school, and I was so bad in high school about everything, so I just did not pay attention like I should have.
That is amazing.
I think there's definitely a big distinction as well between being forced to learn something and wanting to learn something. I remember
definitely.
When I was in school, we were being taught French, and I absolutely hated learning French because I didn't want it to be forced on me. But then after I left school, I took a bit of an interest into learning French for a little while, and I went out of my way to learn a lot more. And it's just so much nicer to learn when you have that own self-drive. If you've got no self-drive, it's not going to happen. You're not going to take it in.
Definitely. But yeah, it's kind of why like I know some European things. Like I remember quite a bit of it. I have a really good memory, and I remember a lot of like growing up there and stuff. And like my favorite place there was going to Legoland, and the Playmobil park is the best. Oh my God, I loved theme parks as a kid. So getting to go there was like the best thing ever.
Oh, that definitely means that we need to organize like a massive trip for a bunch of us to like Florida or California or something like that, just to go to a big theme park with like all of us.
Yeah.
That'd be
so I mean,
nice.
I don't know if you guys like roller coasters and stuff.
Oh,
those are my favorite things.
We went to Disney and Universal in Florida, what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, we made sure that we went on pretty much every single ride. Yeah. It doesn't matter how extreme it is, we're going on it. We will do it.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I don't care. If it is the most extreme, I will go on it. I do not care. I just love them. It's one of the nice things about living in Texas is that we have like Six Flags and Fiesta Texas, which are like huge amusement parks that have like some of the most intense roller coaster rides, and I love them. I miss them dearly, but one day we will be reunited.
Six Flags have one of like the tallest roller coasters there, like in the world, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't think it's in Texas, but definitely one of the Six Flags has.
I think I've seen a video somewhere on YouTube where it literally looks like you're so high up, and it just feels so unbelievable for them to even look down with the camera angle. Obviously, it's probably a lot different to feel like actually being there in real life, but I just remember looking at that video and I was like, oh my God, I want to go to Six Flags one day.
It's in Jackson, New Jersey, that one, King the Car.
Yeah, I really want to. I would love to just do a trip around the United States going to all of the best roller coasters. I just love them.
I would be down for that too.
Yeah, my favorite one is like a classic, which is oh God, it's at Six Flags over Texas. It's like the Texas something, and it's all Texas themed. They got like longhorns and everything and cowboy hats, but it's the biggest. It is the currently biggest wooden roller coaster.
It's wooden.
It's wooden.
Oh wow!
God.
And oh my God, Texas Giant. It's called the Texas Giant, and you can feel it. Like it is like it. If you have back problems or neck problems, you cannot get on this ride because it is so bumpy, and it is so much fun. And every time I go on there, I just love it. And oh my God, I just love them. They're the best.
Yeah, it's really close to Dallas, isn't it?
Yeah,
kind of in between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Yes, in Arlington.
Mad.
Arlington, which is
God, that looks mental.
I've been on it so many times. It is like, oh, it's so good. Every ride there is fun, honestly. And they have a big Warner Brothers like collaboration, so everything is like, Looney Tunes and a lot of like there's like a whole Batman like Gotham City, which is really fun. There's like a Joker ride. No, not a Joker. Yeah, I think they have a Joker ride now. Yeah, I think I went on that. That one actually made me sick. Like, because it is spinning you around. And the combination of being on a roller coaster and then being spun around. Oh my God. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That is mad.
Kai's just gone and sent a picture in the chat of what the roller coaster looks like, and that's my first time seeing it, and oh my goodness gracious me.
My baby. That's my
one
baby,
behind
and
it
I'm
looks
proud.
even more mental.
That's definitely an experience.
That one, I forget what it's called, but you hit such G levels that some people, like, it's common knowledge that some people just black out on it, which is fun.
No way.
Jesus.
And I've been on it, and I've never blacked out on it.
Is it Titan? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it is. It's so fast. There's another one, and I think it might be Titan, but I don't remember. I think it's green, and it goes so fast. You're just like, was I on a roller coaster? It was so fast. Your body just leaves. It just leaves. Your soul is just gone. And then it comes back and you're fine.
That sounds like my type of ride. That's it. It's being added to my list of places to go to.
Oh yeah, no, I would totally take y'all on a tour of Six Flags over Texas. It is like my favorite amusement park. Is like the classic for me because it's the one that's closest to me. But also Fiesta, Texas, which is near San Antonio, is really great too. So we've gone on a tangent. I just love
this is
parks.
perfect. This is absolutely perfect. I've loved this part, and I feel like now it's almost a must that we all have to go over, as many people as possible. We have to go over to Texas and go on all of these rides together.
I say as soon as we're able to, and as soon as it's like safe to, just do it. Screw it.
Absolutely. And it's actually like a nice park. They like really take care of it and try to make it look nice. And I really like it. In October, they'll do a full like Halloween thing where they'll have like a bunch of different haunted houses around, and it's really cool.
No way.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then they do like a winter themed one. It's not opened year round, but they'll like open it once for the seasons. And it's just, I've been, I think, to all of the seasonal ones at least once, and it's just fun and it's sweet, and like, I don't know, there's something about being on a roller coaster in the cold is like so dope.
Jeez, yeah, I'm looking at more of the pictures. They all look so mental.
Oh my God, I love
especially
them.
The Batman sort of area of them.
The Batman ones are crazy. The Mr. Freeze is so fast, and it also, so they'll go on it, I think they've changed it to it's just reverse. So you go on it backwards.
Oh wow.
And then Yeah, the Batman is fun. The one thing I don't love about the Batman is that your feet are dangling. I'm not a
that's what I've
huge fan
noticed.
of that one. I don't know. There's just something about when your feet are dangling. It's like, oh, okay, actually don't feel safe.
I don't mind them, but I've always got a fear of my shoes falling off and me not being able to get the shoes back.
Yeah, the worst thing I think in my teenage life that had happened to me when I was 14 was I went on this ride at Six Flags that is like one of those ship rides that goes back and forth, except it went all the way around, and I lost my cell phone. It fell out.
That's awful.
It just
Did you get
fell
it back?
out. No. Nope.
Oh.
To this day, it still resides at Six Flags. Yeah, I have no idea where it went.
Oh no.
We were on the ride and we heard a clattering noise and we were like, what was that? Can't be anything bad. And then it hit me as I went to go and grab it to like call my mom. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Awful.
That's so
It was
sad.
a really fun ride.
At least it was a fun ride. That's what matters the most.
Yeah, I still would have gone on it. I just would have probably not taken my cell phone with me.
Yeah, I think that's what I always do. I always put my phone back in my bag or something like that.
Yeah, and I swear I remember putting it in my pocket. My pocket had zippers, but I think what had happened is that I went to take it out after I had zipped it up and then unzipped it and took it out to like text my friends or something and put it back in and didn't zip it up and it must have just because it was dark, so I didn't see it fall out, but I heard it and it just whoosh. It was gone.
Oh, what a shame. That's so
On the
bad.
plus side, a good story to tell.
Oh,
Right?
exactly.
It's just, and we were like, hey, can we like, how do we figure out how to look for this phone? Because we were like, we think it's in the ride, and they're like, we're not letting you crawl around in the ride to go and get your cell phone. And I was like, but like, I really want it. I would really like it if you just let me crawl around in the roller coaster to get my cell phone, please. That was definitely broken. And I don't know,
for sure.
14-year-old me was like, no, I need to get this back. And by getting it back, I mean, I'm crawling into the roller coaster. They did not let me crawl into the roller coaster.
Oh, I would let you.
Thank you. I would have probably
right.
died.
If only you were
Yeah,
working that
but-
day, Kai.
You know, it's either
Yeah,
that
in
or
Texas.
354 cans of Coke, you know?
Was it 300? It was
Yeah.
300.
354.
Oh my God. How would you get to that point where you're just like, that's it?
I'm sure
You
you
know, I
probably
can
fill
barely do,
Mosquito
like,
Lake with
a few.
354 cans of Coke
What, in Alaska?
in Alaska with his funny
Yeah,
bit.
mosquito.
You know, it's got a funny bit.
You still haven't explained what the funny bit is.
I don't
Can
think
we have
enough-
that for the end of the podcast,
No,
Kai? Can you
no.
let us know what the funny bit is?
Nah, I think it'd be good as a mystery.
Okay.
Maybe next week you can explain it to us.
No.
Oh.
I don't think he's
Well-
going to.
Tell you what, for everybody that's listening, tweet us on Twitter. What on earth is this funny bit that Kai's talking about? And
Please.
also, tweet us what your favourite roller coaster is at which theme park. Let us know. We really want to know. I mean, by we, I mean me, probably Kai. Sophie might look at the mentions at some point. But I want to
Absolutely.
know. I want to know which theme parks I want to go to.
We'll have a tweet out.
Exactly.
We'll have a tweet out. Go reply to him.
Yeah, do that. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of...
I suck at the podcast!
Thank you so much to Sophie for being a special guest on this week's
Yeah.
episode.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thank you for having me, guys.
This is a
Do you
lot
have
of fun.
anything you want to plug? Anything you want to promote? Any final words? Say it
Ooh,
now.
okay. Follow me on twitch.tv/Sophie Texas. Or if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Sophie Texas _. They haven't let me have the Sophie Texas account. One day I will get it. I am determined. But for now, it is Sophie Texas _. And yeah, that's it.
Very nice.
Go follow her. You won't regret it. Next week's episode will, of course, be on Wednesday. Same with the week after and the week after that. We upload every single Wednesday here on Spotify, so make sure you follow us to get notified as to when we next upload. Go to follow us on our Twitters as well. At Stuck in the Podcast is our main Twitter, and our own personal ones at Kai Ross-Bests and at FraserIRL.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, Kai?
Not really.
Cool. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, don't forget to figure out what Alaska's funny bit is, bitch.